Tony TNT, Worldwide Entertainment TV. Now listen, I'm a bit thirsty right now, so I need some juice. I need a guy that's gonna give me some fresh juice. It's my J Fresh right here. Boom!
Good to see you, man.
What's
Love
up,
the introduction, and you know when you need to be hydrated,
Yo.
you come check me. Hold tight, Relentless. Passion Fruit.
Boom.
Fruit.
It's Passion Fruit Relentless with a bit of lime. I have to add a bit of lime just for a bit of flavour. I'm trying to be healthy. It's one of our 5 a day as well.
One away.
But J Fresh, we are here to celebrate your album Juice.
Yes. Thanks for coming down, man, and the crew as well. It's good to see you here.
So tell us about like Juice and like how everything came about, how you came up with the idea, the title, everything.
Everything.
Boom.
Quickly. Condense that. Since the start of 2017, I've been really pushing records. Dropped 2 EPs. Fruit Salad was the album at the end of last year, and then Juice, you mentioned, has been out a couple of weeks now. When I'm making records in the studio, I need to give them a name. Then I know what I'm talking about. So I'd be making a record, and then I'm making a couple of records, and I didn't know what to call them. So I was eating a banana. So let's just call that Banana Project. So I know what that was. That then became the Banana EP. And then there was the Pineapple EP. I try and keep it healthy, you see. Fruit Salad was the first album, so it's like a bigger body of work, and of course,
Fruit salad. So you're eating a fruit salad.
That's a mixture. That's a mixture. That's the fruit mixture. You know, you get like the wonpots that have got like a grape in there, an apricot, a mango. And
I thought it was fruit salads and the 1p.
Well, it doubled up with that as well. Do you know what I mean? So we got the best of both worlds. And then the juice, the whole fruit theme can't last forever. Yeah. But it come with the second album, and it's like you just gotta, you gotta hydrate that, liquidize that, smooth, no bits. And people seem to really like the kind of angle of that, and it's a little bit like, I guess it's a little bit different, but as you said off camera, like I am quite loud and energetic and shouty, so I guess that kind of vibrancy maybe sat well with that, I'd like to think.
You got to put that energy into the tunes, man. I can see it in the tunes. I'm getting hyped myself just like listening to your tunes. I was listening to
thank you.
You done one with God's Gift and Monster.
Come on.
And I was looking at the video to that, and whose idea was it to, when the police came, and whose idea was it to like put that in? The police actually came and like interfered in the proceedings.
The record's called Trying to Get By, and it's been out Hot Mint, you can find that, but that actually just happened when we were filming. It wasn't staged or anything. We were just doing it in Bow, and a guy there that literally just ran across and jumped into the middle of like a particular scene that we had, and we had some props and stuff that once you've used them you can use them again. And so obviously everyone was energised and focused on what we were doing, and God's Gift was not happy that a guy literally just ran across the thing. If he waited a few minutes, so it is a bit mad, but the important thing is the record's sick, and I'm allowed to say that. Because when I was growing up listening to music and getting into raves and tape packs and Heartless and Pay As You Go, like God's Gift was like, come on, like he was just shelling it down. And then like Monkster as well. So when I reached out to Gift, because we'd connected and I said about this record, he was like, wicked, I'm thinking about getting Monkster on it as well. And I was like, bruv, works for me. And then what they sent over was fire. But that record was from the last album, so music moves so quickly. The fact you're talking about it is nice to hear, because we're in a day and age where like Drake's record, but then 2 days later Drake's got another record, 2 days later someone else, and music moves really quickly. But that was a good record to put together, and it was a blessing to work with them, because they're legends, man. Like
it seems like it was not long ago you were promoting the Fruit Salad project, and now it's another one.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whoa, so what you're saying, records are moving.
You've got to move quickly, and I was making records for album 2 before album 1 had come out, because certain people you want to do records with, sometimes their schedules mean it can't happen, or you make a record that impacts well, and then maybe people who weren't aware of you become aware of you, or the tours that you're doing, you're a bit more visible and whatnot. So the output can kind of increase by then. Of course, you don't want to do the same thing again. You want to keep moving forward. You want to reach out to new artists. You want to push the envelope a little bit. So it's been hard work, like anything, but I'm very grateful. And the fact we can sit here now and Relentless and chop it up, it's a blessing. I love it, man.
So didn't how's
your drink? How's your drink?
Oh yeah, because I'm not like I should be like bouncing. Alright, so say like Lockdown and Pablo, didn't they come
want your
out?
throat to go, so keep it lubricated.
Alright, watch this guys. This is juice, man. This is the real juice. So yeah, we had Lockdown and Pablo 1 month after the other.
Yeah, because they were off the album, and Pablo was the record Max was doing Plague videos on GRM.
Book, check it out.
Yeah, it's been out a hot minute. That's the first record that we led with, and yeah, it got received really well. I'd gone to some of the Grime Originals raves, big up Sharky and his team. We've been putting them on, and like I've known Max Medina for like a decade. We've done loads of radio interviews, club shows, everything, but we've never done a record because you never have to force it. It just kind of came around, and Max was at Grime Originals, and Plague came out, and again, as I mentioned, I was into Page Go as a kid. And I was like, rah, Plague, you know? I haven't heard him on a tune since those days. So then I made something and I was straight away, I was like, I'm going to make this happen. So I got Max and Plague on it. And a bit like the previous record we Gift Amongster, because Plague hasn't put out that many tunes. There's a lot of interest in it. A lot of people were into it. The visual, which was shot by my bro Daz, was really good. Daz and Troy. And also it hasn't been a huge amount of time since, sadly, Major Ace passed away as well. So I know both Plague and Max were like, there's a lot kind of going on with them outside of music, and they really wanted to commit to something like positive and move forward. And do you know what I mean? It just seemed like a good time for that record. But that was the first track, and obviously those guys are like grime heavyweights, us and our culture. We know who they are. And then the second record is called Lockdown. It's an album, so it's a body of work. So you can put the music that represents you, so it is hip hop and grime. And Lockdown features Yus and Preds UK and Tommy Turner, who are young artists at very much the start of their musical careers. And it's like a hip hop kind of Afro trap wave style record, but you know the visual for that, my boy Mitchell did it, which was cool. And it's important to have that out there because, again, I said it's an album, so
you've got variety on there.
There's a majority of it is grime, but I'm hip hop and grime. It's what I listen to. It's what I play in the clubs. It's what I'm about, so that's naturally going to come through with the music that I make.
It's like Swiss goes deep on there, you know, you got the club bangers, you got like...
Yeah, and you're right, we made the record with Swiss, and again, Swiss was another guy that, I mean, Swiss, come on, what can you say, the man's a legend. And to make a record with him was incredible, and to shoot the video was amazing. And I first met Swiss a few years ago, because I used to DJ and select for various members of the So Solid crew for a long, long time. But I actually ended up doing a show with Swiss 2 or 3 years ago, and we were just talking backstage and this, that, the other, and in my mind I was like, cool, now we've connected. One day, when time is right.
In mind from then.
So I made a hip hop tune, and it's the hip hop tune of the album is very much like hip hop. It's not boom bap stuff from 1994, but it's more that kind of like for the purists, the heads. So it needed someone on there who was that. It needed someone with a message that was going to really work. And then Swiss, he smashed it, and the record's called Die Young. And what he talks about is so relevant to today, especially to London and other major cities.
Everything that's happening in the news and that.
Really, really powerful. So again, to do a record with him, I'm there like humble. We come to the studio in Southampton. I'm like, bruv, this is like we're cool. I'm like, yeah, but bruv, this is Swiss. Like, I was a kid, you know, watching So Solid on top of the pops and whatnot. And
I was in Swiss took me to the studio like this was years ago, and I was just watching how he does everything. I'm like, yo. He was like engineering a session by himself as well, and then going in and then going back to the computer. And I was like, yo, so big up Swiss, boom bam, Die Young. But what's the next video coming out then, man?
I don't know, can we tell them?
Oh!
Big up 10 Letter, who are my ultimate G's. I love them.
Well, what about them, man?
The girls are great. They're brilliant.
Right, them man.
What, you want the video?
Them man are paid.
You want the video?
Yeah, I want to be in the video.
Oh, right, okay. Obviously, there's a range of records on there, but the videos that will be coming next, you'll be the first to know. Because Romina, who's off camera, is like controlling me.
I'm looking at her right now, yeah. Like Romina.
So, that's the relationship. I just sensed it. I just looked and she's no fresh.
So like,
there will be some more videos. I can tell you that.
Boom. There's more videos coming soon. Boom bam. So like Jay Fresh, I know you're gassed on the UK scene.
Always.
So like,
come on.
How do you feel about like where it's come from, the journey, where it's gonna go next?
Good question. I mean, it's developed a lot. Now, anyone, if you make records and you create a following on Insta or whatever, you are your own record label. You have your fan base. You see it now. We see people charting independently all the time, which is amazing. Especially maybe certain people from certain hardships growing up now music really is an element that they can like escape and progress and develop themselves and like, you know, the people around them, which is sick. So in terms of what comes next, I'm not really sure, but I still feel that like, now I feel now that a lot of our UK music, which is amazing, like it does translate well, and people do go on European tours, and go and do sell out shows in like Finland and Bulgaria,
Sweden,
and as well as Australia, as well as, and it's not just one or two artists. Like it seems every day it pops up, but like Lady Leisha's in Sydney, but I swear Slimzy was just over there, and they're doing a grime thing, and then someone's over here, and someone's selling out a show here. So that is amazing, and I think that's so encouraging for anyone involved in music, whether you've done it for a while or you're at the start. Like there's, you know, you might, when I started doing stuff, even DJing, obviously, like they might look at the way I look or how I am, and they'll be like, no, I don't really get that. But then over the course, it doesn't matter, over the course of time, people can see what you're about, and then it's like, okay, I get that now. So I think there's no barriers now to anybody involved in music, especially people in this country, and this country can be very difficult at times, but let's get out there and make it happen. I would say get out there and make it happen. Why can't you? You want to release records, why can't you? You want to be a rapper, why can't you? Tell me why. Can't.
There's no like excuse.
I mean, you might be terrible, but you can still get it out there. No, but do you know what I mean? Like, you can do it, man. So.
Like I remember, I watched an interview with you and Lotto Boys, and you were saying that,
Oh wow, yeah. That's a little while ago now.
Yeah, man. Like the melodies, like the UK melodies are sick now, like really sick. And I was like, yeah, I get that. Like,
yeah.
Because like before, like you know, they were good, but now, I don't know. It's like it's we can compete with America.
It's like there's another layer to it, because Lotto Boys are really, really cool, and seeing their journey's been mad. Although like musically, a lot of like their background is like gospel singing and whatnot. It's very, very that side of things. So it's not a huge crossover kind of stuff I do. But I was interviewing them to push their record and their project. But I'm like, that's another layer. Like it's definitely more like the R&B side of but an Afro, very, very much the Afro trap swing side of things. But that's a whole world that's doing so well. And it lets people know who made those guys. I think they sung in church, if I remember rightly, as kids. And like a few of our singers have done that, but that doesn't mean they can't go and do this and be part of this, what we call scene or our culture or whatever. I think it's amazing. It's just another sign that we're moving forward, and again, you can make stuff happen.
The thing I like is the unity, man. It's like everyone's just doing tracks with everyone. You know, everyone knows everyone. You know, I just want to see the unity more. I
think it will happen, and I think we're a lot stronger now than say a couple of years ago, where apart from maybe one artist of the time, you wouldn't really look outside of London. It'd be difficult. It must have been frustrating for people up north or in the Midlands, and that's generic, but you know what I mean? Like to get some shine or feel like they're represented, or people know where they're at, which we're getting a lot better now. We've got people from all over the country selling out shows,
Birmingham, Manchester,
top 40 records.
Liverpool.
But there's still more towns and cities, and you know, people like Ocean Wisdom, for example. No one would traditionally associate where he's from with that kind of stuff as such. He's from Brighton, isn't he? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And there is like a hip hop scene there, but where he's gone and what he's done too, that track with Dizzy and doing his stuff, sick. Whereas a couple of years ago, you'd be like, what? Someone's going to come out of Brighton and do a tune with Dizzy and do a project that charts and do tours and all the major festivals.
That was crazy, man. That's what I like as well. Like, you know, DJs like you know, you guys are putting people together, doing your songs. A lot more DJs are doing tracks now, and it's like you might put people together that wouldn't normally do tracks together. I think DJ Khaled started a wave, man, and it's like, you know, everyone in the UK is kind of like, you know, doing their thing now, and it's like you guys are kind of showcasing what we've got, you know, and I like,
No, I mean, obviously Khaled's a legend for what he's done, but people always forget how long he's been in it.
Yeah.
But even before him, you know, like Funk Flex was doing his stuff, and Clue, and so many people, that it's important we do stuff how we do it in this country, but it's becoming a place now where DJs, like, you'll come across talented people, you know the records that work in the club, and you can just move it forward. And for me, like, even I've seen, since I've started putting out, other people have started putting out records and this, that, and other. But for me, I'm like, that's sick. I don't get funny about it, of course not. Like, the more people who put out records and build stuff together, we can all win. If you're a DJ and you produce a number one record, that's encouraging for me, because I think that can be done. There's a lot of people maybe still are like, yeah, it's not that good, but I don't like that guy anyway. Whereas I'm more like, let's look at if in some small way something of what I do opens a door for someone somewhere, that's amazing to hear. I just want everyone to win. It sounds bait, but it's true. Because there's enough shows and money and sponsorship and deals.
That's the unity that I'm talking about right there.
Yeah, it's calm.
But like, so what made you like want to like get involved and start doing tracks yourself?
it just seemed like the right time.
Mm.
There wasn't like a moment that was like, oh, I need to do this tomorrow. But I'd always noodled around with records, and when you get creative in the mix, or you're back-to-back in records or whatever, you then technically create a new record, 2 tunes in the mix at the same time. Oh, that sounds sick. You listen to a record and be like, oh, I really like that bit, just the end bit. And you just start making little edits of tunes, and Eminem might drop a tune tomorrow, and there might be 5 verses on it, but I might like the 5th verse. So I might chop that and put the 5th verse first, because I like it better.
Was there like
So that's just little editing bits and pieces, and then you just go from there, really.
Yo, this is J-Fresh breaking it down.
Just my story.
So like, was there a particular inspiration, like a particular tune that made you like, yo, okay, I'm going in?
There wasn't one tune in particular, no. There wasn't one thing that made me go, it has to happen.
It was just natural, like,
But
you know,
always
like, the way the scene's been...
Yeah, but even before, like, I listen to a lot of music outside of what I play and make and stuff, and so it's similar, but like, same world I should say, but like Timbaland stuff was always amazing. I always like Jermaine Dupri stuff, I like Salam Remy stuff, I love Swiss Beats stuff, all club stuff, all the Rough Riders era, DMX, all that. So that was always there. And obviously being a kid of UK garage, you know, you had, what was it, Tina Moore and them two, all that two-step stuff, and you had Todd Edwards, which is 4/4 stuff, and you had Zinc, which is all breaky garage stuff, and then you had the Cruise, Heartless.
So you're getting inspiration from everywhere.
So it's everything,
just
which
like
is where it comes into.
So that end, the energy is like
totally, man. Was that juice?
It's like a you know, like Dragon Ball Z, or like a Hadouken. It's just building up. It's like.
And it's again why when someone says like, "What music do you make?" Well, it's not just grime. It's just hip hop. That's it. Some people love the grime, aren't really into the hip hop. Some people love the hip hop. The grime's a bit too dark for them. But that is why I enjoy doing bigger bodies of work, because you can do that range of what you're about. It all flows into it. Because I might play your record, you'd be just a little bit of a Bashment kind of sound in there somewhere, and I'm like, well, yeah, I guess, because I used to listen, and if I listen to Bashment, I listen to like Shabba and Cutty and Ninja Man and Buju and all these people. So like,
jeez,
that's
taking it yard now,
Super
man.
Cat, yeah.
Jeez, it's Jamaican, really, you know that.
So that's my kind of, again. So I guess without even realising, a lot of it fuses into what you do.
So like, you've DJed like quite a few places.
Yeah.
All over. And I've never seen a J-Fresh set yet, live.
Have you not?
No.
Right.
So tell me what I'm in store for tonight.
Well, tonight we've got some great DJs here at Relentless. Olos, Dots Per Inch, DJ Cable, and then we've got some guests from the album joining me. So obviously tonight's more like an album showcase. So there'll be a few performances of tracks from the album, and then I will just run some rhythms, and people are going to spray some bars. So it's going to be that kind of set. But it's not. I'm not going to be playing a Drake record in this set. So you know, I get booked for grime sets or hip hop sets or mixtures or whatever. So tonight is going to be. I'll be playing like grime. So energy vibes. More of that upstairs.
So tonight, energy vibes. But I've got to get some tickets to the next J-Fresh set. You know,
yeah,
like
man.
J-Fresh is shedding
Well,
it down.
if you're here, I said based here in London, we've got the tour's 16 cities, but here in London we've got Proud. Fest in Camden, which is tomorrow night, and then in June we've got XO Wire, which is dope. So
I'm there.
There you go, XO Wire, man. Shut it.
I should be a hype man or something, you know.
I don't think we can afford you, bro.
Oh,
People have got contracts out here, deposits and all this stuff. I can't afford this money. But of course, if you and your people come down, then it'll be great to see you.
Yo,
we see how we go in.
We're gonna be there. We're gonna film him as well, live, like, you know, just doing this thing. Boom, bam, I'll jump around the stage and just do my bits and bobs. I wouldn't be buzzing off Relentless, but yeah, man, we're here. Juice, have you got any lasting words about Juice, about the songs, about anything, like any message J-Fresh has got to everyone?
Obviously, thank you for buying it, because I know you bought it. And you can continue to stream it via Spotify. Go over to the website jfresh.co.uk and follow me on the socials. As you said, I'm great on there. And I'll always respond if you interact with me. So Twitter, Snapchat or Insta at JFreshOfficial. Hit me up and see what's going on. But thank you for coming down, man. It means a lot.
I downloaded the whole thing from Spotify. You know what I'm saying? So you do it too. Boom, bam, we're here. Oh yeah, well, I was gonna ask you as well. What's your like favorite flavor of juice? Just before we go.
Oh wow.
Your favorite?
Used to be orange. Partial to apple. Pineapple's nice.
Of course it is. I thought you were gonna say like
if you've got a gut, If you've got a girl, she'll appreciate you consuming pineapple juice.
Yeah, if you know, you know.
And if you're in, and sometimes in life, you need some cranberry juice.
Oh.
So depending on what's going on in your life at the moment, there's
Yo,
options.
J Fresh knows the score, he knows the deal, he's got the juice, he's got the flavours. Boom bam, J Fresh, Tony TNT, Worldwide Entertainment TV. We out here with the juice, the fresh juice. Boom!